A well-known polygamous sect is back in the news. Authorities in Texas are fighting to seize a compound in Texas belonging to the group led by Warren Jeffs. You may remember Jeffs was suspected of taking dozens of underage brides, but he was convicted last year of sexually assaulting 2 young women. And another of the towns where Jeff's followers live is in the spotlight as well. And this one is on the border between Utah and Arizona. ABC News spent a year investigating the education of children there and the control Jeff still exerts from his prison cell. Amy Robach made the trip to a secret world.
Deep in the desert on the border between Utah and Arizona, a polygamous sect of 8,000 people are still living a secret life, obeying the commands of their leader, Warren Jeffs. He was sentenced to life in prison for the sexual assault of girls as young as 14.
We miss our prophet. We know he's innocent.
A year-long investigation by 2020 reveals that Jeffs, from behind prison bars, still controls every aspect of his followers' lives.
Obey the prophet when he speaks, and you'll be blessed. Disobey him, it is death.
In this community where a man needs 3 wives to gain salvation, Warren Jeffs married over 80 women. Every week, he issues bizarre orders that seem random to outsiders.
Now it is down that you cannot eat corn.
No sex between husband and wife.
At home, then you couldn't have any toys. You couldn't ride bikes either.
This community has often taken young boys out of school to work in construction. Willie Steed told us he helped build this multi-million-dollar house for Jeffs, even though his sentence was life.
They said if we build it, then it would melt the bars or whatever in his jail and he would be released.
Is Warren Jeffs in charge? We asked people all over town about Warren Jeffs, but no one would answer our questions.
Excuse me, excuse me. Hello?
But the most destructive form of control is Jeff's banishment of hundreds of people from the town. This midwife has birthed hundreds of babies. She's worked here for almost 40 years.
On a busy day, I can see as many as 20 to 25 patients.
But just a few months ago, she too was banished. Willie Steed's family was torn apart too.
And what happens to your loved ones is hell.
A kind of underground railroad for those escaping from polygamy is now helping Willie's family slowly adjust to modern life. Like many young boys here, he could barely read.
Dodge.
Close.
As for his sisters, a milestone. They were never allowed to cut their hair before.
That was quite a time for us.
You get emotional, though, when you talk about it.
We have to move on in life and we leave things behind.
One family now beyond Jeff's reach, thousands more still isolated in the desert, obeying his word.
And Amy Robach is here now. Amy, no one can do anything about this. What about the Board of Education and the schools?
And we spoke with them, and they say the FLDS is protected by a homeschooling law that is separate in Utah. Basically, school officials, the Board of Education, have no rights to go in and make any assessment of what's going on inside these homes. They cannot tell the parents what type of curriculum to use or to not use. They say their hands are tied.
And what about the prison system and Jeff's sending out messages?
We contacted the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, who told us that most offenders, like Warren Jeffs, have basic rights. They have rights to send and receive mail. They have rights to use the telephone. They have rights to have visitors on pre-approved guest lists, and those rights apply to Warren Jeffs.
Tell me again the name of the group that is helping some of them get out.
This is Holding Out Help, and they are so desperate for money and for help because they provide so much for these families who have nothing when they leave, not even a driver's license sometimes.
All right, Amy Robach, as we said, going into a very secret world. Thank you.